Alright, testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. I can hear that. Alright, so boys, it has been a long time since we last taken any video for you. Okay, now so I hope you have and currently having a very good holiday. Okay, now for this video, we are going to talk about chapter 8 to chapter 9, demand, supply, and when demand and supply meet together. Now, obviously, you see, these notes and these two chapters are so long. In fact, I think around, 30 pages. Okay, so obviously, I'm not going to finish it in one video. I'm going to break this chapter into 3 parts. We're going to talk about demand. We're going to talk about supply, and then we will talk about when they meet together and the determination of market price, equilibrium, quantity, and those kind of things. All right, so let's do it. For this video, let us first look at demand, okay? Or maybe let's see how far I can go. Maybe part of demand. Let's just see, okay? So let's go to page 1 of your notes. Page 1. Now, obviously, I'm going to skip the first part. This I already talked about in our lessons. Okay. Now, first of all, when we talk about this chapter is all about 2 things: demand, supply, and market price. Now, when we talk about demand, supply, we are talking about buyer. Now, demand being buyer, supply being seller. Okay. When buyers and sellers, they together determine at what price should so-called goods be sold。究竟兩個加埋一齊嚟決定究竟呢件貨應該要賣幾多錢呢？ Okay, so for this video, we look at buyer first, which is demand here. Okay, demand, buyer. Now, the definition. Demand refers to a plan of quantity demanded at different prices over a period of time. Now, when we talk about quantity demanded, 需求量we are talking about at a price where people are willing and able to purchase. 佢哋講緊喂，我喺某個價格之下，我願意同埋能夠 ，OK。I'm willing and able to buy at certain price. 喺某個價啦 ，OK. For example, when I say when it is $5, I'm willing and able to buy 2 units. Then we say at $5, the quantity demanded is 2 units. OK. 我哋5蚊嘅時候願意同能夠買2件，於是5蚊嘅需求量就係2件啦。Okay, this is what we call demand and quantity demanded. Demand basically at different prices. 唔同價格之下有唔同嘅 QD 啦。Okay, basically this. Now, before we move on, we need to deal with 2 terms first. Okay, demand and wants. 好啦 wants basically wants is just willing。嗱，你想下就得㗎啦 ，OK？ 想下就得㗎啦。Here, willing. But unlike wants, when we talk about demand, we also need to talk about the ability. OK？ 嗱 ，purchasing power 啦 ，ability。所以啦，如果你對一樣嘢有需求 ，if you have demand for something, you don't just want it, but you actually can buy it。所以啦。我想做李嘉誠 I want to be Li Ka-shing, but I cannot be Li Ka-shing. Then I'm sorry, you only have a want to be Li Ka-shing, but you don't have a demand to be Li Ka-shing. 得唔得啊 ？OK， 嗱呢個搞掂咗啦。Now, I just talk about demand and quantity demanded. The difference being quantity demanded basically one price at one point, but demand we are talking about all prices. OK, all price 一個就係講一個價格之下想要幾多，一個係所有唔同價格之下我會有唔同嘅需求量啦。OK, now when we represent it in a table form, then correspond to each price, that would be here. Correspond to each price, there would be one corresponding QD. 每一個價會有 QD 啦。Then all QD form together, they become demand. OK， 所以啦，呢個成個 table 就係 demand 啦，而一點裡面就係 QD 啦。OK，set 同 subset 嘅問題啦，呢個係一個。OK，when we talk about graphical representation, some will be something like this. OK，this guy is our demand curve. 成條加埋就係 demand, and at this point, this point, and this point, let's call this QD1, QD2, QD3， 好嘛？原來啦 ，QD 就係一點點，而 demand 就係成條 curve 加埋啦。OK，now let us move on. An analogy, if you really need an analogy, 如果啦你真係唔明嘅話 ，an analogy would be like this. This whole puzzle 嗱，大家有砌過 puzzle 噶嘛？係咪？成副 puzzle 就係由一嚿嚿 each pieces of jigsaw, all the pieces form together into a whole puzzle. OK， 好啦，所以啦，每塊積木 ，let's say this is $1. I have QD 1. At different price, I have another QD. Then so on so forth. 唔同嘅價格之下，我有唔同嘅 QD 啦。Each point, this point is a QD, is 1 point. All of the QD adding up together, 全部 QD 加埋，成副 puzzle 啦。They are demand， 全部 QD 砌埋一副 puzzle 啦，就係我哋嘅 demand 成個 plan 啦。Alright, so I suggest if you still don't understand, stop it here, rewind the video, and look at it again before you move on. Or if you really do not understand, you can always WhatsApp me to ask. OK， 好啦，我哋繼續啦喎。嗱，我哋快少少，呢啲位唔係咁重要，因為我哋 law of demand, the most important one is the law of demand. So let's be quick with these parts. OK， now here， 好啦 when we talk about demand, we may talk about individual demands, 每個人啦 ，OK，each and everyone. Now, each and everyone may have different demand. For example, this is Leo's demand for certain good, and this is, let's say, Johnston's, okay? This is Johnston's demand for certain good. Now, this is our market demand. Suppose in the market, there are only 2 people. 假設市場得2個人咧，都係 Leo 同埋 Johnston 啫。Okay, so what happens is that at $1, Leo is willing and able to buy 10. Johnston is also willing and able to buy 10. So from the market perspective, 市場嘅 perspective 啦，1蚊係咪其實可以賣到20件啊？因為 Leo 買10件 ，Johnston 買10件。So the market demand 20， 嚟多次啦。At $2, Leo is willing to buy 8 units. Johnston is also willing to buy 8 units. 所以成個市場加埋啦，係咪2蚊？其實買8件加8件，16件啊。So on so forth. Okay. So this is how we derive market demand from individual demand. 有個名堂嘅呢招 ，we call this horizontal summation. Okay, you may be asking why this is called horizontal summation. Let's see. Okay, 我哋試下啦。Now this is Leo's demand curve. This is Johnston's demand curve. Let's say this is $1. At $1, there would be 10 units. $1, 10 units. Now let's see. When they becomes a market demand, 市場成個 demand 啦，咁會變成點呢？其實應該係咪啊 ？At $1, there would be 10 plus 10, 20 units. 就好似將呢兩條加埋變成一條更橫嘅 demand curve 啦。So we call this horizontal summation. But again, if you find it to be quite difficult, I suggest you just don't bother with it, okay? In exam, at least in public examination, I've yet to see they have put this concept into exam, okay? 因為呢啲太 technical 啦，冇咩好考啊，得唔得？ Alright, so these are the basic definitions of demand. Alright, next we are going to talk about the most important topic, the law of demand. Right, moving on. Now, this one, let us slow down a little bit because the law of demand, as I've written here, it is the single most important law in economics. Without the law of demand, we can throw away all the things we have learned. 基本上 econ 抌咗出街得㗎啦，好唔好啊 ？Law of demand 係 economy 最重要嘅 law 嚟㗎。好啦，佢講咩咧？ The law of demand states that. Now, let me write some symbol here for your easy understanding. The higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded. Now, this is the first thing. Vice versa, it only means that the lower the price, the higher the QD. 好嘛？即係咁嘅意思啫。Ceteris paribus. Okay, other things being constant. 咩 other things 啫？原來啦 ，ceteris paribus 嘅意思。When we are using the law of demand, there can only be two things changing. First thing, price. Second thing, QD. Nothing else. 其他嘢全部唔準變。For example, taste, income, or let's say substitutes, those kind of thing. 全部嘢要保持不變。The only thing changing start with price or 其實我哋準確啲應該咩咧 ？Higher the cost. Okay? When we talk about price, we are talking about cost. 成本越高，做得越少。OK? 得唔得啊？呢個就係 law of demand 啦。Alright? Now remember, like I said, price is not just money. It means cost. 第二樣嘢要注意嘅 ，when we talk about the law of demand, price is the cause. 見唔見啊？我係 price 行頭嘅 ，price 上升導致 QD 下跌。You cannot go backward. 唔可以倒轉嚟講。You can't say, decrease in QD cause an increase in price. No, 一定係價格行先 ，QD 行後，得唔得 ？That is very important. Now, other things must hold constant. Let us talk about that later. 我哋有一版啦，會講 change in demand 嘅 ，OK？ Now, so the only situation when the law is violated is when P increase, QD increase, plus other things being constant. 係咪啊？所有任何嘢都不變嘅情況之下，包括 income 啊、時間啊，但係啦，呢嘢貴咗，我反而買多咗。OK， that is the only time when the law of demand is violated. OK， 得唔得啊？基本上現實你唔會揾到嘅。In real life, you won't find it, or else this law will be rubbish. Of course, you won't find it in real life, okay? But sometimes you find it in exam. Alright, now let's look at one example. 你阿 Sir 講咗咁耐，咩叫 other things being constant？ 我都唔係好了解喎。嗱 ，let's see. Electricity fee increased for more than 100% throughout these 30 years. 即係咩意思啊？佢講緊啊，而家咪 P 升啊，係啦。Nevertheless, the usage increased by 400%。咦 ？P 升 ，Q 升 it seems that the law of demand has been violated. But remember, I said the law of demand is violated only when P increase, Q increase, plus other things being constant. OK， 但望望時間好嗎 ？Here 30 years， 我哋經過咗30年啦。我想問30年有咩可以變啊？30年啊，你嗰啲維他，你知維他奶價格都唔同啦。So many things can change. For example, population may change. Our income level may change. Our technology may change. 見唔見啊？ These three things, they are also called non-price factor. Non-price factor 轉咗喎 OK? So, because there is something changed, so actually, the law of demand is inapplicable in this case. 我哋係唔用得 law of demand, but not violated. 佢冇違反啊，只係唔用得咋。因為點解啊？有嘢變咗啊。Other things not constant. Law of demand is inapplicable because other factors have changed. OK， 呢個啦就係 other things being constant 嘅意思啦。That's the meaning of ceteris paribus. Alright? Right, moving on. Now, we just talked about higher the price, lower the quantity demanded. Now, 寫返出嚟先好嘛？ We just talked about higher the price, lower the quantity demanded. OK， 但係啦，跟住有啲人呢 sometimes ago, some of them say, hey, what about this? If we can use absolute price and absolute quantity, now, can we also try to do something? Let us use relative price and relative quantity. OK, 好啦， now it seems a strange idea, but actually it works very wonderfully. OK, it works wonder when we think about in that way. Now let's look at this later. 我哋應該先睇呢個 box 好嘛？ Now think about it. We look at example first, and then we derive the answer here. OK, 嗱好啦 ，two smartphone basically 嗱呢個唔知聽到幾多次啦 ，but still let us do it again. One is a cheaper one, one is a more expensive one. When we talk about nominal price, we are talking about money price. OK， 好啦，原來咧 price 有另一個嘅 ，we call it relative price in terms of goods. 要放棄幾多件人哋嗰啲嘢啦 ，OK？ Now we just cross this out, OK? We cross this out. We focus on Apple here, the more expensive one. 我哋啦 focus 喺比較貴啲嗰個，好嘛？ Now here, the nominal price of Apple at 10K. Here, Xiaomi 2K only. OK? So when I buy one Apple, I am giving up. 我買一部 Apple 機，其實係咪等於放棄5部小米機啊 ？OK？ 一部 Apple 放棄5部小米機啦。Alright, now assume the Chinese government, they say 好啦，而家啲人沉迷打機啊。OK, they are going to levy a tax, a 2000, OK, 2K tax on all smartphone. 好啦，既然收我2000蚊稅，咁小米係咪由2000蚊變咗4000蚊啊？會 Here, Apple also increased by 2000. 好啦，而家望望喎 ，under the new price 發生咩事啊？新嘅價格之下 ，when you buy one Apple, you actually only giving up 3 小米。見唔見到有咩分別啊 ？Originally 5 Now you only 3. In fact, the relative price has decreased. So let us do some comparison. First, the nominal price. Okay, nominal price of both Apple and 小米，我啱先想小娟添，唔知點解想講小君添，係啦，小米 and Apple, both of them, because of the 2000 tax, both of them increased. 既然兩部都貴咗 ，according to the law of demand, both of them, QD of Apple will decrease and QD of Xiaomi will also decrease. 因為貴咗嘛，係咪？ Now, second, relative price of Apple versus Xiaomi. 頭先你話咩啊？由5蚊變咗3蚊。So here you see, actually decreased. So according to the law of demand, 根據 law of demand 啦，其實係咪 QD of Apple divided by QD of Xiaomi should increase？ 即係咩意思啊？呢句我哋翻譯做人話好嘛？ Absolute quantity of both Apple and Xiaomi would decrease, but the relative quantity of Apple versus Xiaomi would increase. 得唔得？喂，寫啲數字俾你好唔好啊？假設啊 ，assume originally Apple and Xiaomi assume 大家一樣咁多人用100，好唔好啊？見嘅原先係1比1，佢哋嘅 quantity 嗱，我哋講緊嘅 quantity 啦，原先係咪1比1啊？比例50%嗱，應該咁啊，50%係咪 ？Now after the tax, let's say 嗱，首先啊，我哋之前講咩啊？我哋之前話啦 ，we just say the first one, absolute quantity must decrease. So let's say Apple 因為貴咗啦 ，now 有20個人買唔起 80， but then the relative quantity, I say relative quantity of Apple versus Xiaomi should increase. So let's say 係咪佢應該跌得多好多啊？20. So now you see 80% to 20%. 見唔見啊？ Apple the relative quantity here actually increase. 相對之下係咪多咗人買 Apple 啊？相對之下啦。Okay, so these are the two applications of our relative version of law of demand. 所以啦，上面我講咩啊？When there is a lump sum increase in nominal price, should add lump sum nominal price increase. Lump sum 咩意思啊？不論你貴定平，都係加咁多，2000。OK, a lump sum increase in nominal price would result in an increase in the ratio, or sometimes you see the word proportion of quantity demanded between the higher priced to the lower priced product. 頭先你見嘅啦 ，higher price to lower price product 係會上升啊嘛。啱啱先講得係變到80%啦，係咪 ？The ratio would increase. Okay, so let us look at 2 more applications, and then we look at some past papers. Alright, let me pause here and take a break first. Alright, 2 real-life applications of the relative price version of the law of demand. OK， 嗱我哋睇一睇啦，究竟咧頭先我哋 relative price version 嗰個 law of demand 究竟有咩嘅用途咧 ？In fact, there are 2 very common cases in Hong Kong that can be explained using the law of demand. The first case we call 短加長減啊。Okay, now what happens is that let's say originally the short trip and the long trip originally 嗱，假設以前啊，起標就15蚊 ，OK， long trip 60 let's say okay so originally you see one long trip equals to 4 short trips 見唔見啊？一個 long 都係4個 short 啦。Now let's say both of them 起標嚟嘅加15蚊，假設 OK then new nominal price becomes this 30 and 75. Alright, so obviously here one long trip will only be 2.5 short trip 見唔見啊？由4個 short trip 變咗2.5個 long trip. So here let's say first of all both the quantity demanded of short trip and quantity demanded of long trip will decrease. Reason is simple. Both of them nominal price increased by 15. 根據 law of demand 啊嘛，貴咗係咪應該跌啊？ This must be. But on the other hand, since the relative price of long trip decrease, we will know that 係 long trip 會跌啲，但係冇跌咁多。Short trip will decrease much more than long trip, such that the proportion of long trip in terms of all the trips 喺所有咁多程車裏面會比較大多數會係搭長途的嘅人啦，而唔係短途的嘅人啦。Okay, so this is the two versions of the law of demand. Okay, 見唔見到啊？ Now let's do it again. Concert ticket 嗱，呢個好重要嘅又係。Alright, now here let's say the good seats and the bad seats 好嘛？嗰啲啦山頂位 bad 嘅山頂位同埋 good 啦握手位啦。Let's say originally 票100同1萬咁嘅先算。好啦，原來 for local 嘅人嚟講咧 ，for local people this is the price they pay. You see, one good basically equals to 100 bad. 原來買一張好嘅飛等於放棄100張壞嘅飛啦，好唔可以 ？Now for some tourists, let's say tourists， 好啦，外地嚟嘅 tourist 啦，佢哋要點做咧 ？Now here, tourists instead of just buying the concert ticket, they also need to buy air tickets. Okay, let's say the air ticket is also 10K. 所以啦，佢要買呢張飛 ，what is the full cost? The full cost for tourists would be 20K, and the full cost of bad tickets would be 10100，係咪啊？兩個都要加1萬蚊啦，因為佢係咪都要買機票噶嘛？Now here you see, for the tourists, one good is basically only around 2 bad seats. 見唔見啊？Here you see, that is why when you look at the good seats 握手位啦 most of them 握手位 are tourists instead of the local people, because in terms of the relative price, the tourists they are much cheaper. 其實係咪平好多啊？相對之下，100張叉飛同埋2張叉飛嘅分別啊，係咪比起本地人嚟講係平好多啊？所以佢哋啦比較會願意去買握手位啦。That is the reason why. Okay, so let's put it simple. You see, whenever there is a price increase and the price increase is a lump sum， 不論平定貴都係加咁多嘅時候 ，the necessary result would be that the average quality would increase。見唔見到啊？嗱呢個啦，逢親我哋加個冧心嘅錢咧，原來平均嘅 quality 就會上升啦。Okay, so let's see whether this is useful for the following examples that we will look at. Alright, I think these questions would be very familiar to you if you have been paying attention in our lesson. But anyway, so let me just repeat it. Alright, now these questions, if this is the first time you look at it, it may be quite difficult, okay? It may be quite difficult. But as we do more and more, you will find that they're actually quite easy, 係咪啊？原來唔係好難嘅啫，發覺原來頗容易嘅。Alright, now let me prove my point here. Now, first one, practice paper. Which of the following is inconsistent with the law of demand? Let us look at it. Now, first of all, an imposition of import quota on garments. 嗱，呢個啦，你未學咩叫 quota 嘅。Let's just think about it. Quota means the price would increase. 頭先你講啦 when price increase and this is a lump sum price increase, we just say quality should increase. OK， 頭先我哋啦得出嘅結論啦。Alright, now import quota lead to an improvement in the average quality. So this one is actually consistent with the law of demand. This is not the answer we want. Now, B, people live in remote area tend to buy better seats at concert held in town center. Now, this one we just talk about the reason 係咪 air ticket 啊車費嗰啲啦。Alright, so this one is also correct. Alright, now C, increase in unemployment allowance raises the unemployment rate. 喂，咩叫 unemployment allowance 啊？即係啦 when you go unemployed, the government will give you some money. OK， 基本上啦就係講啦，你冇工返嘅時候，你會有啲着數攞到。Now, as it becomes better and better, 越返工啦，而家冇着數咗喎，咁你返唔返工啊？梗係唔返啦，係咪 ？So increase in unemployment allowance raise the unemployment rate. This is also consistent. Now here, D, lump sum charge per taxi trip. 你見唔見啊？而家啦 if there is a lump sum, okay, then we know the QD of long trip to QD of short trip 應該點樣啊 should increase. 記唔記得頭先我哋啊 the box we say that the ratio between long trip, the higher price and the lower price should increase, right? But let's see, the number of short trips will fall by a smaller percentage than number of long trip. 唔係喎 it's just the opposite. 因為呢個 ratio 要上升，其實係咪應該 this one decrease a little bit, this one decrease a lot, right? So it should be a larger percentage. Okay, so unfortunately, D is the answer here. Alright, 係咪啊？嗱，初頭有啲難嘅，做下你發覺好容易㗎 ，trust me. Okay, now next one. Which of the following is inconsistent with the law of demand？ 又係問同一個問法係咪啊 ？When higher per unit import tariff， 嗱 tariff 係 basically tax。嗱 here 又嚟啦噃 ，lump sum price increase, quality should increase, right? The quality worsens, so I think A is the answer that we want. It is inconsistent. It should improve. 嗱，睇埋其他有冇啊 ？Reduce unemployment benefit. 而家啦冇返工冇咁着數，咁啲人會唔會唔返工啊？梗係唔會啦。The benefit of unemployment decreases, so the number of unemployed people would drop. Of course, this is consistent with the law of demand. OK， 好啦 ，political unrest, major city, number of tourists visiting drops. 喂，好容易啫呢個，你諗一樣嘢啦。When it is unsafe, would you travel there? Of course not. 呢個好容易諗啫，係咪啊 ？Of course, this is consistent. When people expect the price of shares of a listed company to rise, the price of these shares will rise. Yes, this one is actually a change in demand. 呢個 change in 嗱好容易諗嘅啫。嗱股票 ，when you buy shares, Of course, you want to buy it at a low price now, so that later at a high price you can sell it at a high price， 咁啊賺翻啲錢啦。Now, when you expect the price to increase later， 你 expect 聽日會升啦，咁你今日會做咩啊 ？Of course, today you will buy more。好啦 ，when demand increase, price would increase。所以呢個啦。This is a change in demand, not exactly about the law of demand. Now, the law of demand in this case is inapplicable, 唔係 inconsistent. This case is inapplicable, but not inconsistent. Okay, 得唔得？ So I shouldn't put a tick here. I should put a question mark. This is inapplicable， 用唔到啊。OK， 嗱，所以你發覺係咪呢句好用啊 ？Price increase。Average quality would increase, lump sum price increase. 我哋再試多次好唔好啊 ？Next one, inconsistent with law of demand. Higher quality Japanese grapes are imported to Hong Kong during the Mid-Autumn Festival. 喂，呢個其實唔使諗㗎，過時過節食好嘢有咩問題啊 ？So this one is correct. 我過時過節開心買多啲好嘢食有咩問題啊 ？Of course there is no problem. Alright, now increase in per unit tax, price increase, lump sum price increase. Alright, fall in quantity, QD decrease, P increase, QD decrease. 有咩問題啊 ？Of course this one is correct. Okay, quantity decrease. Of course 一定㗎係嘛 ？Introduction of departure tax, price increase， 記唔記得啊 ？Price increase, then the long trip to short trip, the ratio should increase， 係咪啊 ？Average length would decrease， 唔係喎，長途機嘅比例高咗。If the ratio of long trip increases, then the average length平均嘅 length it should increase, right？ 係咪啊？應該上升先啱個。So C is the answer that we want. Okay, now next time when I want to trick you, I can change one word. 好啦，下次我假設啦。If I say the total length， 好啦，如果 total length 就啱啦，係咪？點解啊？貴咗搭唔搭飛機啊 ？Of course。If the nominal price increases, you will take fewer flights. 你會搭少啲飛機，所以啦個總共個 length would decrease. Okay, so next time if I want to trick you, I change it into total length. Alright， 好啦，睇埋啦。Birth weight increase when tax allowance for children。喂，即係咩意思啊 ？Now, birth the benefit。原來生仔嘅 benefit 上升啦，咁係咪 give birth 啊 ？When the benefit increase, of course I give more birth, right? Of course this one is consistent， 得唔得啊？嗱，所以你見啦 ，you only need to use some logical thinking. In fact, most of the time you don't even need to think about the law of demand in order to answer these questions. Alright, so let's do two more. 好啦 of course, when we come to 2016, it means trouble， 係咪啊 ？trouble 啦。Now let's see what kind of trouble. Now here it says impose an ad valorem tax。嗱 tax 係頭先嘅啊，我話 P increase, then quality would increase. But be careful, I said lump sum price increase, quality will increase. Here is a percentage increase. When there is a percentage price increase, actually quality would remain unchanged. 係唔會變㗎。Okay? So this one actually consistent with the law of demand. 嗱，我哋睇下點解咯。Let's try it. Alright? Let's say high quality, low quality, original, high quality, 100. Low quality, 10. So you see, 1 high equals to 10 low. If there is a percentage increase, let's say the nominal price increased by 100%. 假設而家 percent 係貴咗一倍嘅 ，then new price would be 200 and this one increased by 100%, so becomes 20. New relative price also 1 high to 10 low. 我想問 relative price 有冇變到啊 ？Actually, relative price remains unchanged. That is why the quality would also remain unchanged. OK 得唔得 ？The ratio here, ratio remains unchanged. 因為係點解 ？Relative price remains unchanged. OK. Now B. Larger quantity of expensive fruit is so far away than a market near the farm. This one, of course, is correct. 點解？遠啲啊 ，far away, meaning you have a lump sum increase. 嗰啲啊，車費啊 ，lump sum increase, of course, quality would increase. This one is correct, no problem. Price of residential flats and quantity transacted are positively related. 佢咩啊 ？P 升 ，QT 升 ，seems that this is inconsistent with the law of demand. But 嗱，所以啦 ，the previous part, this one is inconsistent. But economic boom 經濟好嘅時候 ，when we say economic boom, what do we call? This is what we call other factors. 今次啦，其他因素變咗啊 ，not constant. Therefore, actually, this time the law of demand is inapplicable. 唔用得啊 ，because other things are not held constant. Alright, so let's put a question mark here. 唔用得啊 So I think the answer should be D. Let's check it anyway. Increase in monthly rental of parking space. Monthly rental lump sum increase. Quality should increase. Decrease in average quality. 咦，咁咪錯咯，係咪啊 ？Should be increase, not decrease. That is why D is inconsistent. Alright， 嗱見唔見啊 ？Although other options quite difficult, but as you remember this sentence, higher the lump sum price, when there's a lump sum increase in price, average quality would increase. 原來你記得呢句嘅時候啊 ，many questions you can do it quite easily. Let's do one more, okay? Now, which of the following is inconsistent with the law of demand? 好嘛，望一望啦噃。The abolishment of tariff. Abolishment 即係咩意思啊？取消係咪？取消啦 ，alright。An abolishment of tariff meaning there will be a lump sum decrease in price。好啦 ，lump sum decrease 係咪即係 quality should decrease？OK， result in a rise in quality。inconsistent 做完。Alright，let's check others anyway. Live fishes sold in market have a higher price than frozen fishes。喂，呢個咧其實唔關事㗎。我想問下，活魚同埋雪藏魚 live fishes they are of higher quality。佢質素好啲㗎嘛？咁質素好啲嘅嘢賣貴啲，有咩問題啊 ？What's the problem with that? Of course, no problem. So it is consistent. 有咩問題啊 ？Right now, ratio of high quality to total remains unchanged when there is an ad valorem。記唔記得頭先講啊 ？Percentage increase ratio remains unchanged. This is also correct. Okay, this is consistent. Finally, build better houses on with good view 係咪啊？點解啊 ？High quality housing unit, good view 嗱，呢 good view 通常點啊 ？Higher price， 好嘅地皮係咪通常貴啲啊 ？Quality increase, so of course this one is consistent. 好嘅地皮、貴嘅地皮，梗係起好嘅樓啦。What's the problem, right? Of course, no problem. So you see, the first time we do it, quite difficult. But as you keep on doing it, you'll find the pattern. 你發覺原來有 pattern 㗎，可以捉路㗎啫。 Okay, not so difficult anymore, right? So let's see how we write it using word form。我哋睇一睇啦，點樣攞文字嚟寫啦，好嘛？我哋最後睇下文字啦。Soft drink tax， 好嘛 ？Basically per unit tax this one meaning 咩意思啊？lump sum。Okay, lump sum. This is a lump sum increase in price. As the amount of tax imposed is same irrespective, the proportion of larger proportion will increase. Explain using the law of demand. 係咪啊？頭先其實呢句講咩啊 ？Lump sum price increase, then the quantity QD of large bottle versus QD of small bottle would increase. This one, we've talked about it again and again, but let's see how we answer this. First one, we need to 我哋首先 ascertain 咗一件事先 ，smaller bottle are cheaper， 平啲嘅，得唔得？佢哋係平啲嘅。或者啦 larger bottle are more expensive. You need to ascertain this first. Okay? Now, second, then you say, as there is a lump sum increase in the nominal price, 寫清楚 nominal price increase, then what happens is that the relative price of large bottle versus small bottle would actually decrease. 既然 relative price decreases, according to the law of demand, when relative price decreases, then the relative quantity of QD large versus QD small would decrease. Would increase, sorry. That means that would also answer the word, meaning proportion of large bottle would increase. 得唔得啊？呢個就係我哋嘅答法啦。You have to write clearly. Lump sum increase in nominal price. That would lead to the relative price of large to small decrease. Now, as relative price increase, relative quantity would increase, proportion would increase. 得唔得？寫清楚呢啲位 ，OK? Alright, so that is so much about the law of demand. In fact, as I look at 2019 paper, they have a new type of MC on relative price. Okay, so I think we can talk about that questions maybe a little bit later. All right, maybe during lessons, or maybe I reserve it for your exam questions. All right, let's see how I do it. All right, so without further ado, let us move on to the final topic of this video: a change in demand. OK， 咁啊，我哋睇下 change in demand 啦噃。Alright, change in demand。嗱，頭先我哋講過啦 ，in the law of demand， 頭先啦 ，law of demand， we need to assume other things being constant, ceteris paribus, right? Now, what happens when other things are not held constant? This is what happens. When other things are not held constant, this is a change in demand. OK， 原來啦，成條 demand 啊 will shift. OK， 嗱。When we talk about there is a change in demand, we are talking about this. Even the price remains unchanged, still QD would change. 原來啦，頭先根據 law of demand 係咩意思啊 ？Law of demand, we are talking about change in price, then QD changes, right? 好啦 ，change in demand means even without a change in price, QD would also changes. Alright, so you may be asking， 咁有咩情況之下 price 唔變會令 QD 變啊 ？Alright, now think about it. Now, as I already talked about that during our lesson. Now this table I've listed a lot of factors explaining how come there will be a change in demand. Now, it has been prioritized. The higher up the table, the more important. 越高嘅考試出得越多 so you should revise more. Okay, now first thing, income. 原來你嘅收入係會直接影響到你買幾多買幾少啊！所謂啦，有錢就是任性。The richer you are, the more things you will buy, regardless of the price. 話知佢咩價錢，有錢咗都會買多咗。In general, okay? Now there are actually two ways to go. When our income increases, normally our demand for normal goods 正常嘅 goods 咧係會上升嘅。Okay? Now this one quite easy to understand. But on the other hand, demand for so-called inferior goods will actually decrease. 咁咩係 inferior good 啊 ？Here I've already talked about inferior goods, counterfeit product。嗰啲假嘢啊，嗰啲咩嗰啲咩CK 底褲又扮嘅，可能變咗 CJ 底褲嘅，係咪 Calvin Klein 咁啊變咗Calvin Klein 咁樣嚇 ？Those are the counterfeit product。有錢你都唔買假嘢啦。When you have money, you buy the real thing. You don't buy the counterfeit product, right? So, you see, high the income, high the demand for most good. But lower the demand for some inferior goods. Okay, this is the more important one. Okay, 好啦，睇下後面有冇let's see whether we have example below. Let's see. Here. Look at B. The sales of iPad surged after people received the 6,000 cash rebate in 2012. 2012年啊，派過6000蚊啊，你冇份啊，阿 Sir 就攞到啦，係咪？你未夠稱啊，係咪？嗱，嗰6000蚊啊 ，when they received that, they find that most of the money actually went to iPad. Apple 真係多得你唔少啦。嗱 ，we need to explain why. 嗱 ，think about it. With this 6,000, it means actually our income increases, and we also know that iPad, at least for us, it is a normal good, right? 係咪啊 ？normal good 嚟嘅。Therefore, when income increases, the demand for iPad would also increases. That's why it surged. 係咪啊？點解會 surged 啊？點解會買多咗啦 ？That is a reason, alright? Because more income， 有錢啦，咪買多啲咯 ，right? Alright, now second, we talk about substitute and complement. When we talk about substitute, we are talking about 有 A 冇 B. When we use A, we don't use B. Okay? Pepsi and Coca-Cola, SJC and LSC. Okay? 係咪啊？讀一間你冇得讀第二間㗎啦，有 A 冇 B. Complement A 加 B 一齊用。They are used together. For example, PS4 and PS4 games. Without a PS4, how do you play the game? Without any game, how do you play the PS4? Right? So they're used together. So let's see what happens here. When the quantity demanded of A increases. Okay? 嗱，當日我哋有兩條路嘅。First path, if A and B belongs to substitute. 有 A 冇 B 啊嘛，係咪？ Then demand for B would decrease if they belongs to substitute. 有 A 冇 B 啊嘛，係咪？ Now, if they belong to complement, then demand for B would increase. A 同 B 一齊用啊嘛。I want to use more A, then automatically I also need to use more B. Okay, when they are complement. Alright, 呢個啦。These are the two important relationship. Okay, 嗱，順便睇埋一個好嘛 ？Especially this one, derived demand. 嗱，咩叫 derived demand 咧 ？It means that when quantity demanded of an output 產品啊 increases, then demand I should write here. All right. When QD of output increases, then the demand for the factor would also increases. Okay, for example, egg tart and egg. When I want more egg tart, then automatically I need more eggs to make egg tart. All right. When I need more so-called, let's say, schools, okay. When I need more schools, 多到學校啦，係咪自然對老師 the teachers demand for teachers will increase because to make education service to build a school， 係嘛？學校啦，provide education service， you need teachers as a factor of production。Alright， 嗱睇清楚啦噃。Derived demand, two things. First, compare to complement. Complements we use together, but they don't have input-output relationship. 佢哋之間係冇 input-output。For example, PS4 and PS4 games. Okay, they don't have. You don't need PS4 games to make PS4. You only need some plastic, you need some chipset and those kind of things, but you don't need a game to make the PS4. OK， 嗱 complement 係冇 input-output relationship 嘅。OK， 但係 derived demand 有 input-output relationship 嘅。Alright， now second thing, remember must be output create a derived demand for factor. OK， 得唔得？Create derived demand for factor. You cannot go the other way round. 唔可以倒轉嚟行 ，alright? You cannot go the other way round. Alright, so I think if you have been paying attention in my class, you should know this by heart now. Alright, now let's look at some examples here. 啦，望望。Sales of iPhone and Samsung Galaxy dropped， 係咪啊 ？Sales basically Q drop. It says Xiaomi becomes more popular. Now think about it. As the QD of Xiaomi， 我又想講小專添。你哋成日都想講曉君，係嘛？小米嘅 QD when the QD of Xiaomi becomes more popular, alright? Becomes more popular, increases. Now, how come the demand for iPhone or Samsung would decrease? How come? We only need one word. Remember, they belong to a substitute relationship. 佢哋係 substitute 嘛？我用小米機就唔使用 iPhone 機，唔使用 Samsung 機咯。When I use Xiaomi, I don't need to use phone. I don't need to use iPhone. I don't need to use Samsung. Alright, that's why with a Xiaomi, no need for that substitute relationship. Alright, now let's look at C. Sales of paper dropped as e-books becomes more popular. Here we need two steps. First of all, e-books. When e-books become more popular, then the demand for paper books would decrease. The reason is 係咩啊？ Yes, I think most of you get it. Because they are substitute. 我有 e-book 仲使乜睇 paper book 啫？係咪？ They are substitute. Now, second step. As the demand for paper books decreases, then the demand for paper would also decrease. 今次個係咩關係啊？ Remember, this is derived demand because paper is the input or the factor, and paper books is the output 產品啦。Okay, so derived demand. As output decrease, input the demand also decreases. Alright, 得唔得？ Now, finally, several of them. Market size, 喂呢個好容易啫。Number of buyer decreases, meaning demand decreases. Very easy to understand. One example is that here, relaxation of one-child policy in China. Okay, when you do not have one-child policy anymore, it means that population would increase 係咪啊？好啦 population increase meaning demand for milk powder 係咪啊？ increase that is why constantly out of stock 係咪 population increase 嘛 now here expectation finally this one now think about it when you expect future price to increase 如果你 expect 聽日升啊 then to save money you will buy more now the demand now would increase so that you will avoid the high price to save money avoid the high price alright expectation finally preference 呢個即係 not much to say when you prefer more that means the demand increase nothing special to say alright now let's finish those examples and let's call it an end for this video alright now here 睇埋 F 先好嘛 implementation of double property tax 我哋諗一諗呢個啦 property tax 咩嚟㗎 when we have tax this means tax increase price increase so number of 咦咪先咦應該 this one should drop okay not surged 雙辣椒啊梗係跌㗎嘛係咪冇理由咁戇居啊冇理由咁戇居升㗎嘛係咪 price increase QD decreases 呢個係咩嚟㗎 this one is not a change in demand for one simple reason because it is a change in price not change in non-price factor 咁即係價格變咗令我買少咗嗎唔係價格以外嘅因素令我買少咗啦 alright so this is not a change in demand by the same token more elderly takes public transportation after the introduction of 2 fee 2蚊雞搭啦 what does it mean it means the price of transportation decrease so QD would increase this is also not a change in demand reason is simple because it is a change in price leading to a change in QD OK 得唔得啊好睇埋最後一版啦咁我哋就完啦呢套片就 Alright here which of the following pair does the demand for the first good creates a derived demand for second 嗱認咗呢個句式佢 when it says creates a derived demand it means the first good is an output creates derived demand for factor okay so the first one must be output second one must be factor aviation services 航空 pilots yes this is the answer let's see where's railway and light railway I don't think they belong to output input right Blu-ray disc and Blu-ray disc player it looks like the same right but remember you don't need the disc player to make discs in fact this is not a derived demand but we call this a complement okay now Disney Ocean Park 好明顯唔關事啦 they belong to substitute okay so A is the answer alright this is the first sentence 嗱我哋寫低佢啦第一句句式 output creates derived demand for input second way to write it can be regarded as a derived demand for input regarded as derived demand for output okay 我哋係咁睇嘅 okay so you see it can be quite tricky they are just the opposite alright so remember the word create output creates input regarded as 小心啲唔好倒轉啊好唔好啊 so this time we need input and output。input 係第一個 ，output 係第二個啦。OK，just the opposite，you see，just the opposite。coffee bean and coffee 係咪啊？咖啡豆咪咖啡嘅 input 咯。Yes，A is also the answer。selfie sticks and digital camera 呢個咩嚟㗎 ？They are complements。Alright。Chicken wings and chicken legs 呢個未學嘅。OK，not 呢個we call this joint supply，not demand。Newspaper printing paper 倒轉咗啊 ，alright，just the opposite 係咪？倒轉咗因果關係factor and output they interchange 搞錯咗啦。Now finally last questions and then we call it an end. Here farm product 我哋有 farm product 啊。The price of farming tools 我哋睇下啦。嗱，首先啦 ，now demand for farm product rightward shift is an increase。點睇 increase 就好易睇嘅啫。頭先嘅阿 Sir 講咩啊 ？When demand increase meaning price unchanged but QD increase。望一望啦噃。Let's keep price here. Price unchanged. QD1 QD2 見唔見到啊？In fact, it has increased. That is why we know this is an increase in the product. Increase in product should lead to an increase in the input. In our case, the tools. 係咪啊？ Should increase. The reason is simple. We call this derived demand. So, when demand for input increases, it means the price of input would also increase. Therefore, the price of farming tools will rise, creates a derived demand, not joint demand. 我哋唔係要 joint demand。joint demand 係咩嚟㗎 ？joint demand complement. But I just said complements. They do not have input-output relationship. But clearly here, we have input-output relationship. Without the tools, you can't make the product. Alright? So, C is the answer that we want. Alright? So, we use an hour to revise the basic ideas of demand. Okay? Now, next video, I'm going to talk about supply. And the next video, I'm going to talk about when demand and supply meet up and determination of market price. How the market price would change when demand and supply changes. Alright? So, until then, I will see you next time. Good night for now.